What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a game review,
Someone's trying to steal from
and
the beast
today's
truck.
game is going to be Spider-Man Miles Morales. So I recently got this game, finished the story mode, all that stuff. I only got like side quests and stuff to do, but I basically got the main meat of the game done, so I think it's fair to say that I'm able to give my opinion on it. This game is quite honestly a masterpiece. Let me explain. This game has graphics that are, well, the graphics are amazing. The lighting is very good, very updated. The suits, kind of underwhelming because there's not much suits that you could get by just regular playing the game and upgrading, but there are some suits that are probably the better suits. They have to do certain missions and things for. It's my main suit, the Into the Spider-Verse suit. I love it. But yeah. So let's go over first the web slinging. So since Spider-Man Miles Morales, since he's a newer Spider-Man, he's a bit less experienced. So you'll see him do cooler tricks, you know, and stuff. He'll wave his arms around in the air and just kind of, I don't know, but he just does more tricks and kind of waves his arms around in the air, kind of like, you know, it's not that necessarily he doesn't really know how to do it, it's just he's less experienced about it, instead of Spider-Man where he's just straight up about it. He doesn't really do any tricks. Spider-Man Miles Morales does more tricks. And the trick system in the game is way cooler. Actually, depending on what trick you do in the air, it'll actually affect how your web slinging comes out. So let's say I do a upside down roll. If you saw right there, it ended up in the classic Spider-Man position. I'll do it again.
App says some prisoners have taken hostages inside a store.
But yeah, based off what trick you do, it actually can affect what animation pops up for you when you web sling. And I really like that. Photo mode is the same, but something I really like about this game is its combat.
Used to sneak up here
And
to
it's more
Stargaze.
versatility on what you
Never
can
saw
do.
one until the 2016 blackout.
Wow.
Sky was full of them.
So in the combat, it's very good, but it's more fast-paced, I like to consider it. Especially with the Venom electricity punches and stuff. I honestly like it better. The finishers are way cooler. There's more cooler finishers. And overall, it's a great game for combat and stuff if you're more focused on that instead of really web slinging. Next thing I'm gonna go over is story, and the story is insanely good. So it revolves around a antagonist. I haven't seen this person in comics or whatever. I'm not really that much of a fan to reading comics and stuff, but it's someone that Tinker. If you haven't played the Spider-Man story, if you want, you can just keep on.
Hey Miles,
You can skip this video. Don't watch it if you don't want it.
No
If you don't want
problem.
what the story is.
It's been gone a
But
while, huh?
basically,
Must be glad she's coming back.
in the story, the Tinker is actually his best friend, Finn. And Finn wants to blow up Roxxon Plaza because Roxxon
Now
is
that's a
run
cool
by
team-up.
someone named Simon Krieger. And Simon Krieger killed Finn's brother.
Thanks again.
And the reason why Simon Krieger killed Finn's brother is because Krieger was developing a energy source called Nuform, and Mason, which is a Finn's brother, wanted. Oh my god, it just lagged. Mason, which is Finn's brother, wanted to shut it down because it was very dangerous and made people sick. But Simon Krieger didn't want that, so he killed him. So So Finn wanted revenge by blowing up the Roxxon Plaza, which they have in this game. And
If you ever wanted to stop an
Spider-Man was
out-of-control
trying to stop it
helicopter,
because
check the marker.
Simon Krieger was overcharging it with too much energy to meet his deadline. By the time, like, to meet his deadline of when it's supposed to be done. But it was like supercharged and stuff. So if Finn did blow it up, it would blow up all of Harlem, which is the main area that you live in this game. So do that. Final fight is amazing. The cinematics are great. Finn ends up dying and sacrificing herself because you are too, you're too like pumped up and juiced up with the Venom electricity thing that you have in this game. And yeah, that's kind of the meat of the story. What happens? And the story, honestly, I find it a bit. I'm gonna have to give it an 8 out of 10. The reason why it's not a 9 out of 10, I mean 10 out of 10, is because it's a bit repetitive. It's the same concept as the other one. You know, the good guy, your best friend and stuff, ends up being the bad guy, and you want to help them out, but they do something that they don't know how dangerous it is. Like in Doc Ock, the robotic arms weren't finished yet because the thing that connects to his brain was out of control, so the robot arms basically had a mind of its own, can do whatever they wanted. And it's kind of the same thing in this game. You know, his friend has Finn has this thing, and what I'm trying to say is it's repetitive, as in their friend ends up being the bad guy. That's how I find it repetitive in both games. And the final fight is in some big main location by Oscorp. There's obviously the Oscorp Tower in Spider-Man PS4. And in Spider-Man Miles Morales, there is the Oscorp Science Center that you fight in. Yeah. My opinion on the final fight is absolutely great. There's animations for every possible thing that happens. I mean, if you like end up falling off the building, there's an animation where the Tinker will grab you and launch you back into the main battle area. But it's really cool. And my overall rating for this game, putting everything into account and stuff, I'm gonna have to give it... Oh, before I give my final rating, the story mode is also very short. That's something I don't like about it. It's very short. There's not enough meat to it, but I can't really blame the game because it takes a lot for them to kind of think of something to put in. So I'm gonna give this game an overall rating of 8.9. Yeah, 8.9 will work. It's not a 9 because of the story mode flaws, but besides that, the game is perfect. The game is perfect besides the story mode flaws. And that's my opinion on Spider-Man Miles Morales. If I recommend this game, 100%. But something else about the game is that it gives you a lot of stuff to do afterwards, that at the point it kind of comes like overwhelming, kind of like in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, where there's just so much stuff to do besides the main missions and stuff. It kind of comes overwhelming. I mean, you have the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app, and it's kind of overwhelming. But yeah, my overall rating 8.9. I definitely recommend get this game. It's even better on PS5. So yeah, I recommend the game. Have a good day, everyone.